In this problem we have a rigid tank or container of some kind that has in it a fixed amount, 35 grams of ethylene gas. And the formula for ethylene is C2H4. Under those circumstances, the pressure is 793 torr. The question is, what is the new pressure if 5 grams of ethylene is removed at constant temperature? Again, this is another example of a gas law problem in which a change occurs. The change in this case is a removal of 5 grams of the ethylene. We may then use the combined gas law equation, P1V1 over N1T1 equals P2V2 over N2T2. Now we do notice that the problem says constant temperature, so T is constant. And we may therefore cross out T1 and T2 because they're equal to one another. We also notice that this says a rigid container, meaning V1 equals V2. The container volume doesn't change, so then we can cross them out. And now we have this relationship, P1 over N1 equals P2 over N2. And if we look at the variables, we have the mass of the gas under condition 1, so we can determine from the mass of the gas the number of moles. So we can get N1s. N1 would be equal to 35.0 grams of C2H4 times 1 mole of C2H4 divided by the molar mass, which is 2 times 12 is 24 plus 4 is 28 grams of C2H4, and that gives us 1.25 mole of C2H4 initially. So N1 is 1.25 mole. Now N2 is figured out in the same way after we subtract 5 grams of ethylene from the 35 that was there. So we have 35.0 minus 5.0 grams of C2H4 times the same factor, 1 mole of C2H4 over 28 grams C2H4, and that gives us about 1.07 mole of C2H4 for N2. Now, the problem asks us for the pressure under the second set of conditions, so we solve this for P2. And P2 will be equal to P1 times N2 over N1. So P1 is 793 torr, so we'll plug that in here for P1, 793 torr, and we'll make this a multiplication sign. Let's see, maybe we can use the eraser. Ah, yes. So now times N2, which is 1.07 mole, divided by N1, which is 1.25 mole. The moles cancel. Our answer will be in torrs, and after the mathematics, it's about 679 torr for P2. So here we use the relationship of the between the pressure and the number of moles, and this of course is not a basic gas law, but it's sort of related to Avogadro's law. And you probably noticed that since we divided both N1 and N2 by the same number, 28 grams, that we could have avoided that step and just put the mass in here. In fact, if you try it, you'll get the same answer.